I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Village of Campton Hills. It's August 18th, 2026, 7 p.m. Roll call, please.
Trustee Benetti?
Here.
Trustee Boatner?
Here.
Trustee Burson?
Here.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Here.
Trustee Millet?
Present.
Trustee Muir?
Here.
President Wodnicki?
Present. Okay, we'll go to approval of minutes. A, approval of minutes from July 14, 2026, Village Board Special Meeting. Entertain a motion. Motion.
So moved.
Moved by Janet.
Second.
Second by Kim. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll go to B, approval of minutes from the July 21, 2026 Village Board regular meeting. I'll accept a motion.
Make a motion?
Okay, Nick, and a second?
Second.
Second by Janet. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Roll call.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Pledge.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Chief, will you lead us in the pledge? Okay, moving on to 5, the consent agenda. Anything to remove from the consent agenda?
There are no public comments.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there are no public comments. Anything to remove from the consent agenda? Only 2 items. Hearing none. All right, a motion to approve A and B, 5A and B on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Janet.
Second.
Second by Frank. Roll call.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll move on to 6, action items. A, motion to advise and consent to the village president's appointment of John Matuga to the Board of Trustees for the Police Pension Fund for a term to expire August 18, 2028. We are, Tom Clark, who had volunteered several years on the Police Pension Fund, is moving out of the village. And we received an application from John Matuga. He was interviewed by Dan Hoffman, the chairman of the committee. And so we'd like to move ahead with his appointment. Janet?
Sounds great. I would like to move, however, that we consider items A through E in a single vote.
As a consent, A through E?
As a
is
secondary consent, if you will,
As
yes.
a consent? Do I have a second for that?
I'll second.
You'll second that? Okay, good.
It's, if there's consent from all the members to proceed that in that manner, we can, but I would, if that motion fails, then they would have to be voted on individually.
Okay, so take a roll call on, okay. Take a roll call, Trace?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why did
Frank.
we change the format? Just curious.
We have a new administrator.
So,
Okay.
I could tell you for each one of them,
Yeah,
so if we, appoint somebody, it's not something we do all the time. We're just doing it for that the person's gone, or we're filling the position. The same thing with the next one. It's another appointment that we don't do all the time. C is to ratify a payment. It's bringing to the attention that it was done, a payment was to be made after the fact we received services. The next one was another motion to ratify, It's not something usually that we purchase 2 laptops and get them. So that's why it was put as an action item. And the same thing with the budget amendment. It's pretty significant. It's not something we do every meeting. So that's why it was put there, so.
So is it just to allow more discussion and?
It's
some
kind,
detail?
it's like best practice. It's not totally routine. We don't do those things every meeting. So.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Okay. Any discussion then? And, okay. Roll call. Moving 6A and E,
A through E.
A through E.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. All right, we'll go to 6F, motion to remove from the table Resolution 26-39 for MC Squared Electric Aggregation Extended Term Agreement, Amendment Number 5.
Make a motion?
Okay, motion made by Nick, a second.
Second.
Second by Kim. Any discussion?
This is just to remove from the table, so it would be,
Okay,
we take a roll call on that.
okay, so we need a roll call?
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. So we go to G, motion to approve Resolution 26-39 for MC Squared Electric Aggregation Extended Term Agreement Amendment Number 5. I'll accept a motion.
So move.
Moved by Janet,
No.
second.
Kim?
Kim.
I'm sorry. Moved by Kim. Second, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nick. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Moving on to H. Motion to remove from the table ordinance 2638, amending the Village of Campton Hills zoning ordinance regarding planned unit development, section 3.6, and definitions, section 14.2.
So moved.
Moved by Frank, second.
Second.
Second by Janet. Roll call. Yeah, roll call.
It's just
Well,
removing
they-
from the table.
Okay, no problem.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee
Aye.
Muir?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll go to I, motion to approve ordinance 26-38, amending the Village of Campton Hills zoning ordinance regarding planned unit development, section 3.6, and definitions, section 14.2. I'll accept a motion.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Janet, a second.
Second.
Second by Kim. Now discussion, any discussion?
I guess I would like to hear a little bit of explanation from council or administrator.
This version fixed some formatting errors, and there was an amendment to, get the right section. An amendment that required a PUD for all developments 40 acres and above, whereas the initial proposed changes from the PZC said 75 acres and above. That was after some board discussion and also communication with the PZC chairman. I don't believe, other than those changes, that anything else had changed. There were some numbering errors in the past one and a typo, I believe.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion or questions? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. We'll go to J. Motion to approve Resolution 26-40, authorizing execution of the first addendum to the independent contractor agreement for professional service with Lauterbach and Amen LLP, in addition to a letter of engagement in an amount not to exceed $23,200.
So moved.
Moved by Frank, second. Do I?
Second.
Second by Janet. Okay, discussion? Oh, Therese?
So I just had a question, because I didn't have a chance to find this out before I got here, but if we don't renew in November, and we decide to keep him, if Russ stays, because now he's got, his IMRF is not an issue, do we have to pay Lauterbach for that?
That's a good question.
No, I mean, if the primary agreement is no longer in effect, then the addendum to the agreement that has a specific term for this employee, I don't believe would have an effect.
They don't have the same buyout paragraph that's on some of these other contracts?
Right, so now theoretically, if the village wanted to retain this particular individual, the parties could agree separately to keep this portion of the agreement in effect.
But what if we wanted to just have him back as an employee, because now he can use his, 1,999 hours or whatever?
Say next year,
999 hours or whatever.
say January.
Yeah,
No, I think that the terms of this agreement would have effect, would be in effect.
so we couldn't do that.
You could, but you'd pay what is considered a buyout fee or a penalty fee.
See, I just wouldn't do this. Do you know where it is in here? Do we know what the percentage would be that we'd be paying?
yes.
Is it 25? Says here, is that the placement fee?
It's section 4D.
Yep, that's correct.
4D?
And I don't think it's.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I didn't read this agreement the same way as I had the others. It seemed like they made an exception on that in that section D, section 4,
4D.
part D.
I thought that's what was going
It
on.
reads as you're only paying the wages up till the point of early cancellation. There's an early cancellation paragraph in here.
Also a lower rate than any of their other people.
So
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think that that's a concern.
It's actually it's a higher
Right,
rate.
so the penalty would only be paid if the village solicited Russ as an employee. So if the relationship terminated and the village advertised for, the relationship between the parties terminated and the village advertised for a position that Russ theoretically would be qualified for, and he applied and got it, that is a specific exemption, there's a specific exemption for that in this agreement.
Okay. Because wouldn't wouldn't sort of our goal be to do that, then bring him back? If he if he had more work to do and had the desire to do it, to come back, and then instead of paying, because we're paying a pretty high fee on this one, it's higher than the fee that's charged on, that was gonna be charged for MGT. Theirs was 45%, this is 56% fee.
Russ is not anticipated to come back.
He is not anticipated
No, I'm
coming
going to
back.
fill his position permanently,
Okay.
so.
Is that a decision we're making too?
I asked him multiple times.
Okay.
And he just said he'd like to sail off into the sunset and retire, so.
All right.
That's true.
Okay. I was gonna say, just, I think we talked about this,
Good
Austin,
question.
so I'm good then.
If it were more of a long-term relationship with this employee, I think we would have pushed back a little bit more on those terms, but because, as the administrator said, there didn't appear to be any anticipation that he would come back to the village after this engagement,
Okay.
it wasn't as much of a
Okay,
concern.
and, but we do have the option, though, to extend it a little bit, correct? We would just be paying a
So
higher
it's
rate.
through November, and then there's 1 month
And then there's
extension, but I
1
plan.
month,
Yeah,
okay.
but I plan on filling his position
Got it
before
before
that, so,
then. Okay.
yeah, we got a cushion.
Okay, all right, then that answers my questions, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? No? Okay, roll call.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hassenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll move on to discussion item, and we've got 2026 to 2027 Village of Campton Hills strategic goals. And these were, I believe, put together
Yeah,
by
so
Austin.
I put together a set of strategic goals after reviewing operations and conducting staff and elected official interviews. I've prepared the goals to act as a guide for village operations over the next 9 to 12 months. The goals are organized around 3 strategic priorities: organizational excellence, financial sustainability, effective governance. And we'll build upon each other in each of the phases, starting with stabilization, standardization, planning, and further institutionalizing of these activities and goals. Ultimately, tonight, I'm seeking the board's feedback as I'd like to gain consensus at a future meeting and have them approved by you.
Okay, any discussion? Just under discussion, go ahead, Mike.
Excellent start. I think almost excellent finish, probably. I mean, I looked through them again at lunch, and I was trying to think, is there something I want to add, something I want to tweak or something? And maybe, but that just might be my personal preference, which, who cares? But, I mean, it's well organized. The last time we had a functioning strategic plan was probably 2015-ish, I think. So it's long overdue, and I think we can get a good, you know, strategic plan, amongst other things to me, is whenever you can't figure out what to do, look at it and see. You know, if you're either ahead of your work or behind on your work and you're confused about something, that's what they've always been, you know, a good guidebook for me, so, great job.
Thank you.
Good comment.
Thank-
Agreed.
Yeah, Frank?
Yeah, I just want to commend Austin on a good start. I mean, having the notes for the meeting, the thought he put into the strategic plan, what he wants to accomplish, I think is really a good reflection of everything we talked about in the interview process, you know, that we all talked about as a group with him. So I personally think it's fantastic compared to what we had before. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, I agree with you. Yeah, Janet? Go
Agree.
ahead. Agree. Anybody, Kim, agree? Nick? Okay. It's pretty good. All right, we'll move on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'll echo everybody else's comments. It gave me a lot of peace of mind seeing how thoughtful that you were with our village being, you are such a significant investment for us. It gives me a huge amount of peace of mind knowing that you put all this detail into this. A lot of these things have been topics that we've all discussed and kind of mulled over and tried to kind of figure out and work with, previous administrators and get this all tuned up. So some of the things that are on your list are maybe things that are, more on the front lines for some of us than others. And a couple of things here that are in phase 2 standardization. I just wanted to throw out there that they've been more probably priorities for me that I would like to see moved up. However, I understand what you're doing in phase 1. You're just cleaning things up. You're trying to
Yeah.
get the foundation there before you start digging into everything else. It
And
makes sense.
I should move faster through phase 1.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
phase 1
yeah.
seems like it's vast and huge. You may
Yeah.
get through this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
In standardization phase 2, one thing, reviewing and updating our emergency operations plan, one thing that came to mind that I don't know if you're familiar with is we've talked for the last several years about a generator in this building. And I think that's something you should be made aware of. And I'm happy to get together with you at some point and kind of tell you what we've done to this
Okay.
point. The other things in phase 2, which I would love to happen like tomorrow, are job descriptions and updating performance evaluation forms. Just so you know, for me, from my perspective, those are some things that stuck out that I would love to see happen as soon as possible. But great job, Austin.
All right, thanks.
Thank you for putting all of this together.
Yeah.
Good comments. Anybody else? Therese?
I'll just echo the same general feeling that this is a breath of fresh air. It's well thought out, very detailed, and I think it gives us a great place to start. And now we can all start having conversations with you and seeing where this all goes. But no, we're really, really glad to have you on board,
Thank you. Thank you.
and this is a great start.
Appreciate it.
Okay, anybody else? Janet?
I guess if you give us a chance, everybody wants to move something up into phase one, right? I'd like to make
On the next
a bid for item 4 on phase 2, create and distribute governance administrative practices guide. I think as it's stated, it's kind of, it sounds like it's a big topic, but I think it actually is more simply just making sure that our code and our personnel policy practices manual is consonant with the organization chart that we've already passed. And so I'd just like to make sure that as our administrator moves through the rest of this process with us, that his ability and authority to do that is clear.
Mike?
How about maybe this, if amenable, we've got phase 1 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And then you got phase 2 starting thereafter. If you can shrink phase 1 to maybe 2 months, and then you can start immediately on those other things, and then, make phase 2 to 6 months, maybe we can
Yeah.
get to those faster.
Yeah.
And then would that be okay for you guys?
Well, I just kind of,
Instead of having to
I just
juggle
thought
stuff.
my clock is already ticking, so I'm already into.
You're already in-
I'm
you're
already
in part
into
phase
2
one.
months, so it's usually,
Well, you can start from now.
okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, sir.
All right,
That's
can
perfect. That's perfect.
can I get a consensus to put this on the next agenda?
With some individual discussions, I think, because he
Sure.
is, kind of
Yeah,
invited
for
us
dis-
all to have our meetings with him. So yeah, go through it a little bit individually and then,
Sure.
come up with a document that we can have next time.
Good. Okay,
I'm perfectly comfortable with letting him run with this
Yeah.
because I think phase 1 is to organize the place, and I think we all said that was a priority, so let's get that done.
okay. Good comments. Okay, we will move on to additional items from the president, trustee, attorney, or chief. If you have any comments. You're good? Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead.
I know this is going backwards, and I'll apologize, but in thinking what trustee Hoffensberger said about the agreement before, I don't think it's a big deal to strike that from the agreement, just in case Russ has a flash and decides to come back and maybe decides to be your permanent person at some point. It probably won't happen, but when it comes to legal agreements, why not be safe than sorry and just strike that? Because we're giving them Russ, they're not giving us Russ. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense to just strike it, and we shouldn't have to pay him anything for Russ.
I agree.
Okay.
So since this is an agreement that Lauterbach has seen and agreed to, I think that change would have to go back to them before you approve it, though. That's the only thing.
It would be
So-
without Russ for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, at least if they're even open to talking about that, it might be the same agreement. So we could ask though, and personally, I'd like him here, but, yeah, sure.
Go ahead,
Can we
Jim.
amend it later? Can we proceed for this 2 weeks?
Technically not, no. I mean, I wouldn't want to start the relationship with the vendor providing an employee under
Yeah.
these terms if you're not comfortable with it. So you have to reconsider it now and then table it.
Okay, Frank first. Frank, go
I-
ahead.
If we can't go back, I would just ask that in the future, if a situation ever came up like this, that the procedure should be, it gets struck, that we shouldn't have to pay for somebody that we're providing an agency if we want to hire them back. I mean, that should just kind of be a standard procedure,
That's a
I
good
would think.
point. Mhm.
So,
Therese, you're good? Okay, everybody good? Okay, and we had no additional items. I'll accept a motion to go into closed session for appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees or contractors, litigation that is filed and pending or is probable or imminent. I need a
So
motion.
moved.
Moved by Janet, I have a
Second.
Second by Kim. Roll call?
Trustee Burson?
Aye.
Trustee Muir?
Aye.
Trustee Benetti?
Aye.
Trustee Boatner?
Aye.
Trustee Hafsenberger?
Aye.
Trustee Millet?
No action.
Aye.
Yeah, and there'll be no action after